I'm Sharratt DeLong. I grew up here in Wenatchee. I have always been interested in the arts and always made art. My painting style, I'm really influenced by a lot of the painters in America and Europe up through the turn of the century, up until perhaps like the 1930s. I liked their fascination with that question of beauty and finding beauty in the everyday. I got a job driving for the post office as a postal contract driver. It was always very, very early in the morning and often really beautiful. Eventually, I just was driving only the Highway 97 route, which I still think is a very beautiful drive, because I would always see the sun come up, and the repetition of the experience drew out a lot of my favorite places. I never had in mind that I was going to do a show. I was just painting these places for their own sake, and kind of honoring just the everyday things I would see in my own life. The weather and the light, and it would all line up in this amazing way that would inspire me and bring me a sense of assurance and beauty and comfort on these lonely drives that and lonely is the best way I could describe them. There were these moments that I thought were inspiring and almost like gifts in themselves, and I would take photos, I would sketch them, and I never had a whole lot of time to do that because I was on a schedule to deliver the mail in bulk to these small towns. I was always on the road during the transition moments of night and day, mornings and evenings. All the elements that combine to make that moment aren't going to be the same again. And you do experience some level of regret for not pausing and appreciating it. I hope they experience some of that quiet beauty that I experience. And I hope they can look at my work and have their own thoughts as they stare at the scenes the way I had my own thoughts when I was captured by these scenes to begin with. Most of these images are from the vantage point in the driver's seat of a truck that's pretty high off the ground. I drove this route so many times. The repetition itself, like in the recursive nature of it, is something that perhaps people might not be quite so aware of. A lot of the people that already live here can re-experience this area. We tend to take everything we're around every day for granted, and it's a completely natural process. But there are many constant moments of beauty that occur in all of our everyday lives. And I've been very grateful for my job, and it's really put me through the experience of being a morning person. I never thought I would see so many sunrises.